Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Lisa realistic card. That's started. We are going to use our silence background stamp. We are going to use the crackle background stamp, and we are going to use Lisa Call of the Wind combo set. So this combo set comes with a stamp and also comes with 2 matching dies. So material list, we are going to use our new coming product. This is Local King's Magic Mushroom. It's awesome blending tools. So if you haven't get a chance to know about what is our magic mushroom, make sure you check our tutorial from number 85 to number 85 and after. So I did a lot of tutorial because we are doing a pre-order for our magic mushroom. So if you don't know what is this magic mushroom, make sure you check it out. We are going to use the Versamark. We are going to use the black and clear embossing powders. We are going to use the watercolor paper. I use a lot of watercolor paper because they are easy to blending it and they are thick, so they hold water well. Okay, so before we start, it's a good idea that you do a screenshot to take a picture of this card and put on the side when you're coloring, so you have some idea where to go, what color. Also, you can just go to Local King Rubber Stamp Facebook page. You can just download this picture and print it out or put side by side, so when you color it, you have some idea where you should put some color. So we're going to use a memento again, and we are going to use some green is 703 Pear Tart, number 601 Bahama Blue, number 500 Grape Jelly, number 501 Lily Posset, number 800 Rich Coca, and the number 900 Tuxedo Black. Or you can just take a look, find the color is kind of similar like those color, a little bit green, a little bit blue, purple, magenta, brown, and black. That will do. You don't have to use exactly the same thing. We are going to use die cut. And I think this die cut is 3 inches diameter to do our masking. And we are going to grab a piece of regular cardstock, and we are going to just put your circle die cut on top and then run to the machine. So this card is going to be needed bigger than your main card. So this main card is 3.75 by 5 inches. So this one is 4.25 by 5.5. So it's just a quarter of the letter size. And make sure that your card is going to be a little bit bigger than your main card. Okay, so after you die cut it, you are going to use this circle, and you are going to place your circle on top of your cardstock. Find the place you want. You can put in the middle or on the side, any way you like. So I just place in the middle, and you can make a larger cards. So and then we just use a pencil, very gently drawing a circle line, as light as you can. Just give you some mark that you can see. So it's very light. Okay, next we're going to use this crackle background stamp to create those textures on the moon. So we are going to use these piece of scrap paper that you just die cut it. So we're going to use these negative parts as your masking. So you can find this reposition double-side tape. Just put a little bit tape in the back, and because we're tracing the outline, right? So we are very easy to place this masking on top of your cardstock. And then we are going to use our or crackle background stamp. We're going to find that this crackle background stamp, some part is busy, sometimes some part is less busier. So you choose the part you want. So I kind of just tapping a corner, and then I am going to just kind of take a look, put my card on top of my ink crackle image. Okay, and so it's a little bit hard to see, but don't worry, after we put the embossing powder we will see it. Okay, so let's move to the next step, and it's something very important. I made a mistake, and I'm going to explain to you what kind of mistake I made, and I hope you can avoid it. I always learn from my mistakes, so mistake is okay. We are going to put our clear embossing on top of this circle area. I think you can probably see that. And then I am going to use my brush, kind of just remove a little bit this embossing powder on the right side, because I don't want my whole moon color with all the embossing, because this embossing after you heat up it's become resist, and then they will stay like that. And then I want my moon only have a little bit texture, not the whole texture I show you. This is the first one I made, and then once when the embossing is settled, they will stay like that. And because the embossing is a material, so no matter how many dye-based impact you apply on top, they will not cover this crackle surface. So that kind of looks too strong. So I want to have something like that. So I'm going to use my brush to brush off the extra powder on the right side and a little bit on the left side to make a very soft. So you can use a soft brush, kind of just gently brush a little bit off. You can see, okay, just a little bit off. So just have a little bit texture on top, and we're going to heat up. Okay, so that's what's after heat up. I hope you can see kind of reflection from there. So that's how I create the texture of this moon. And then now we are going to start to use our magic mushroom to color it. Okay, so it is a good idea to have a print image right next to you, so that give you some ideas what color you should apply. And I do make mistake, and I found that on the right side corner I put my silence tree, and that the background is a little bit too dark, so they don't really showing the branches. So this time when I apply the color, I'm going to make sure the right side I can do a little bit darker because I have my wolf in front of it, but the right side I'm going to do a little bit lighter. Okay, so you can see I use my magic mushroom a lot. They are not, they do cover with some color on top. Don't worry. So when you use this green, I don't really clean the mushroom after I use it. So this is the green color. You can see on the scrap paper, the original color is kind of lime green, but I use a lot of a different kind of tone, so they become darker. But when you apply on your scrap paper, they are not that dark, so that's okay. And I show you how you can clean your mushroom. So first we are going to use this pear top, and remember I've been keeping repeated, you are going to brush your impact instead of tapping it, so that way you pick up the better ink. And then we are going to color the moon, so I am going to just gently rub, give it a little bit green. Okay, and then I am going to use my blue. So this blue one, the last time I used this blue, I was using ultramarine. So when I kind of brush it, it's kind of a little bit too dark. So before I go deep in my Bahama blue, I'm going to clean a little bit. So you can use a shamming, or you can use a wet cloth. You can kind of just gently squeeze this sponge area. And then you are going to use a Kleenex, kind of just absorb the extra ink. They will pick up those dark color, and that's see this time. See, they are much cleaner compared to these and these. So just repeat few times, you will get the clean mushroom and ready to start to use the light color again. So this is the second time I use this Bahama blue, and then remember always testing your color before you apply on top. You don't want it too dark, and gently go around, kind of brush on your cardstock. Okay, so a little bit green, a little bit blue, and I'm going to change to the purple one. The purple one is, you got to be very careful. This Memento Impact, the grape jelly, is really heavy color. So just a little bit, they will change the color. Always testing on your scrap paper before you apply on top. So we are going to, if it's not enough, we go back to dip more, but we don't want it too dark. Okay, so the first coat we are going to do a very, very light, and we are going to masking it before we move to the next step. So that's what it look like. You can add a little bit here, there. Okay, that's just add a little bit blue. Just you push harder, they get darker. You relieve a little bit pressure, they become softer. Okay, and I'm going to use this die cut piece, the positive side, and I am going to just apply a lot of removable tape. And then because I'm tracing a circle, so I am going to just hold my masking here. And this time, I am going to use my purple mushroom, pick a little bit darker color, and this time you can go a little bit dark. So you can do a little bit purple here, and then you can go a little bit heavier color. And remember holding your centerpiece, your masking piece. And those mushrooms, they are awesome because they can really blend in well the two color, and they can create the new one. And remember on the right side, I told myself I want to do a little bit lighter this time, so I don't want to do too dark. And I'm going to do a little bit green. Just remember the right side, I don't want to do too dark. Left side we can do a little bit darker because that wolf is going to cover that. And then we are going to use the magenta, the Lily Posay color here. And just add a little bit magenta color. Okay, like kind of like a dark, like a nighttime, right? But to give it a little bit color, don't make it like a pitch black color. That looks just too dark. And we're going to use a brown mushroom, pick up some brown color, and just to find the spot and the kind of blending it. And we are going to use the black color, pick up a tuxedo black. Okay. You probably wondering, why don't I just put the black on top? Why I spend a lot of time to put the color? You try it. If you just use the black and then you do some comparing, you are going to find out if you just use black color, they are just too black. When you add a little bit blue, a little bit green, a little bit purple, that black is going to breathe. So it's just make this artwork more rich. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and we are going to remove this masking. Okay, now we are going to soften this circle. If you like, you can actually make it like a crochet move, just masking this way, or do whatever you like. So now I am going to use my purple mushroom. Remember, purple color is really, really heavy. So always start from your text paper and just gently kind of brush, kind of softer this outline. A little bit by a little bit. If it's not enough, we add more. Okay, now we are going to use the brown. We are going to try to hide at least side of the circle. Okay, and we're going to use the black. Okay, sometimes you can add a little bit red on top of the black, make it interesting. Okay, that's what it look like. If it's not enough, do add a little bit more. Just be careful, soft color. You want a very, very soft color. See, exactly the same technique. My moon looks totally different. And then now we're going to add these branches or silence background stem. So we're going to use I found out if you just do the black impact, it's not going to pop out. The color is just not dark enough, so we are going to do the black embossing. And because this card is pretty wet, you want to make sure they are completely dry before you stamp your silence background stamp and before you use embossing. Otherwise you will see all the powder is stick on top of your card. Okay, now we're going to add this silence background stamp in this corner. So the stamp is big, but that's okay. We are going to only use a quarter, so we're going to use a Versamark, and I want my tree is in this corner, so when I flip over I am going to just use a corner of my silence and rub, and then I am going to do the black embossing with the heat gun. Okay, and now we are going to add a little stars on top. So remember these Art Crest color paint? Those are exactly like watercolor, but they work well on the dark cardstock, dark surface. If you only have that regular watercolor, they probably only the white will work. So this is a kind of like a pearl color. So we just pick up maybe silver color, and we're going to use the other brush, kind of just tapping, just move around your brush, and we have stars. Okay, and then we are going to use a Call of the Wind combo set. So we are going to, I already stamped this one with Memento Black, and I am going to just use my mushroom. They still have a little bit color on top. So first we're going to just use a marker, color the wolf's eyes first, and then just testing my mushroom is still a little bit blue on top. So I kind of just give it a little bit tapping on top, and a little bit the color is light enough. You just want to give it a little bit color. If you like to coloring, you can just color the wolf with watercolor or anything you like. This stamp is a reverse image, is a detail stamp, so they have an open area, so you can use your markers to go inside to color them. But I am kind of like a fast result, so all I have to do, I just use my mushroom, pick a little color, kind of just a blending like that. Okay, don't worry about the colors of the line because we have a matching die. We're going to die cut it, so after die cut it, that won't be an issue. So after we die cut it, and or die cast is still attached on top, but remember, this is not the defect item, it's part of a special feature. This way, this design will help you to make a perfect shaker card. And please do check our other tutorial. There's a lot of information to show you how to use this combo set to create at least 10 different kind of design, 10 different kind of card. So there's a little hinge attached. All you have to do is just easily break it off, and that's what it look like. And I'm going to just trimming the wolf off and put this wolf on this side, and I am going to keep the other side for the next project. Voila! See, same design, but I did a different time, and looks how different it is. This is more like a purple brown background. This is more look like an ultramarine background, but it looks just amazing. And then we are going to, this is the other half of that Call of the Wild stamp set. We're going to use this one to create the next project. So I hope you liked today's tutorial, and stay tuned for the next one is coming soon. Remember, we don't send the email out every time when we have a new tutorial. If you don't want to miss our awesome tutorial, make sure you subscribe our YouTube channel or like us on the Facebook, and please help us to share this awesome idea with your friends. Thank you so much. See you next time.